Today we're going to be fixing my ergonomic laptop idea using suggestions found in your comments.
Now for context, Evan's had a really bad back for a really long time, and he's been on a journey to create a laptop that can actually be used ergonomically.
We're going to start with these two comments I found, which inspired me to rethink my entire approach. Will you read them?
This is ugly and illogical. At this point, it's better to have a screen completely separate as a lightweight monitor and connected to a laptop via standard cables.
Rude, but I'm going to take the feedback creatively. I think the next comment says things in a more constructive way.
I think a good idea that has more power is a combined monitor stand / external portable mount where the base plate is just a stand for a normal laptop. You get 2 screens and the mobile workstation setup, but you can also just take the laptop if you need to go out to a site real quick or whatever.
Good idea. Plus, a lot of people already have laptops that they might want to use instead of buying a tablet PC like ours. So I designed the ergonomic screen holder version 1. Name needs work and we need to assemble it.
Yeah, I feel like that's version like 0.5 since it's just parts.
To get all these pieces, I modeled everything in Fusion first, then sent the base plate to our laser cutter and the top frame to our 3D printer.
Yes, very satisfying. Very satisfying. It's so satisfying. No! What is that?
What's what?
Thank you.
There's no reason to do this stuff other than I like it aesthetically more. I'm gonna make this matte instead of shiny.
Go for it.
Hello friends, it's me, Happy Face Baseplate, just dropping by to wish you a wonderful day.
You know when I was building the ergonomic laptop, I spent all that time and effort modifying this hinge to make it a little bit smaller into this hinge.
I do remember.
It's not even really necessary.
Really?
You could just use it like this. And I'm gonna start off the design by just doing that to make it a little bit more accessible. Now,
So why is it okay to not modify it?
it's totally fine. It just like stands out a little bit more and it's a little bit longer and it can twist a little bit more. So technically it's not as good, but I think it's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Uh-oh. Oh my God. We almost lost that forever.
you have your screw right here, and then you add a spring washer and another washer to help with retention. There you go.
You know, there's always like a balance between making something the best it can be and reducing the amount of work you have to do to get it there.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted this design to be as accessible as possible because, as a lot of people mentioned in past videos, this design and this concept could be a big, helpful leap forward in accessibility for a lot of people with vision issues and mobility issues. So there you go.
Does it feel a lot more secure?
A lot more secure.
Cool.
Same old selfie sticks.
There's a lot of comments that we're sponsored by Big Selfie.
We are not sponsored by Big Selfie. Now the top frame doesn't have any threads in it, so let's add some with brass heat set insert.
This part's so satisfying. This is my favorite. It feels like it's going in. It's going in. It's going in. It's happening. It's happening, everyone. It's happening. Look at it. It's slowly going into the plastic. Look at it. Look at it go. Yes. I freaking love that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Professional.
Let's do it again. This one will go faster. It's getting hot in here. So heat set your brass nuts.
And look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Let's put this right here.
It's ready for screwing.
A real quick screw here. Another one over here. There we go. You know, we could add a leather strap and all this hardware, but honestly, I built in a little gripper there, so I don't even know if it's needed, honestly.
I mean, if we're trying to simplify things.
Yeah, let's just not have it for now. Now, grab your portable monitor that has VESA mounts on it. You can get these really cheap. I found one for 50 bucks. I added all different types of heights of holes so you can kind of like position your monitor wherever you want, upside down, right side up. Let's go ahead and install this. These are just some short M4 screws I had laying around from something. Then just bring it out.
Look at that.
You set your laptop down here.
And you know, this is pretty stable too. I thought it might be tippy with a monitor up there, but it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's because the monitor weighs so much less than like a full computer.
Yeah.
Plug this in, and then down here, and hope it works. Turn on. Go. Ooh, it's happening. It's upside down.
It's upside down, that's fine.
I can fix that. Don't look at my passcode. I can do this. Just have to work upside down. It's because I've used this in the past in an upside down orientation. And it saved the setting.
Look at that.
Look at that! Look
Two
at that!
screens.
Heck yeah!
Very nice.
And if I need to move it around, boom, pick it up, carry it over here. Oh, it's too low again. Bring this up to oven height.
Oh my gosh.
And there you go, just like a normal person using their normal laptop.
I think a benefit of this over the typical like laptop stands that you buy is that you get a second monitor with this. Typically with the laptop stands, you're buying a second keyboard and you're raising up the laptop. This, you're using the laptop keyboard, raising up a second monitor.
Another thing is it has a lot smaller footprint. Like the footprint is only about
the same as a laptop.
Yeah, just a little wider for the frame and everything like that. Also for accessibility, again, some people said that they are hard of seeing, so they can just
move it closer.
Or for, I guess, CSGO players. I saw a lot of comments, this is how CSGO players are gonna play.
Oh.
Or if you want to be more ergonomic.
Maybe you're farsighted.
So you can extend it back like that and use it at a more ergonomic distance.
Yeah. So what do you think of this suggestion? Oh, he's writing it.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was way faster to put together.
It was so much faster and so much easier. Now, you can also scale this. If you have a bigger laptop, make it wider. If you have a even smaller laptop, you can make it even smaller. There's like a lot of adjustability. Again, I like thinking about this as like a system that can be easily customized because again, we're gonna release this open source. If you want the files, they'll be down in the description. If you wanna change it, you can change it. Just like, please keep it open source and accessible so that as this gets better, more people will still have access to it.
Also, let us know if you guys are interested in us developing this further, because even though this one is easier to DIY, it seems like in the comments, a lot of people just want something they can buy. So maybe in the future, we can develop some sort of kit that you guys could get.
Once we're happy with this design, this I think is still in prototyping phase. And if you guys have any more comments on how to make this even better, leave them down below.
It's a lot of work to make sure everything is physically connected. So why not have the monitor not attached? Like you just unplug it from the keyboard and set it up on its own as a separate monitor.
Let's try it out. I mean, I wanted to design a modular system that can be reconfigured nice and easy. So I'm just gonna unscrew this base plate right here.
Is that it?
That could be it, but that's a little bit wobbly and precarious. Let's add a few things. I got this from our friends at Oshcut. It's just it's just an aluminum piece that's laser cut out.
Okay.
And then, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, this version does work if you have enough surface area. If you're more limited on surface area, I do think the base kind of helps stabilize things.
Yeah, but I think like, I don't know, this is more lightweight, and you can just set it farther away. You don't need to worry.
That's true.
You don't need to worry about like how far it is.
That is true.
You know, so then you can have your mouse and keyboard here. You can see what your favorite creator's been up to on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Oh, Minecraft.
Yeah. I am so excited. It's an interesting iteration, and you don't have to really choose. You could just carry this extra piece in your backpack. and swap on the go, you know? You could even still use the mouse and keyboard.
Just like if you wanted to have more flexibility to move it
space.
farther back.
Yeah, like let's say you wanted to be back here.
Wow.
But I mean, like, it works.
Yeah, it still works.
If you wanted to carry it in this small travel mode, you can still collapse it up, just have it like this, I guess.
Yeah. Now, the screen is less protected, so you'd
Yeah,
have
it
to
is.
be more careful and like just make sure you have like its own
Sleeve
protective
or something
sleeve.
like that.
But it is another version you could do.
Now
You know?
you can just pack it up for travel and put this elsewhere. I don't know though, I think it's a neat idea. It's an addition that you can iterate on. I don't know, like I think that with all of these ideas around the ergonomic laptop project, it's fun building a framework that can be rearranged and adapted depending on anyone's specific needs. But I think with this idea, I give it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm overwhelmed.
You already agreed. You shook on it.
We all love socks. In fact, I've got 2. Now you can buy my old socks. No one sees your feet anyways.
By golly, that's just silly. Buy socks from me instead. Look at these. Seamless toe, honeycomb arch support. You know they're great because they're Bombas, the sponsor of today's video.
They're snug, yet they don't squeeze. They have a cushioned footbed, but aren't bulky. And they're cozy, yet breathable.
Oh, that's enough of that. Buy my socks. No support, no heel, just a tube with a hole in it.
Get these out of here. Try Bombas.
Oh my gosh, these socks are so nice. They brought a whole new meaning to my life.
Not only are Bombas socks super functional, but they're super cute too. Check out these ruffle rib socks and these garden party socks.
Wait, they've got slippers?
Yep, their gripper slippers feel like they've been woven by sleepy grandmas who just made you cookies.
I actually got these Bombas slippers 2 years ago, so before the sponsorship, and they are my favorite slippers ever. They don't slip, they're warm and cozy, and my feet don't sweat.
I love Bombas.
Also, Bombas donates an item for every purchase you make, and the most requested items in homeless shelters are t-shirts, underwear, and socks, all of which Bombas makes and donates.
Plus, they offer a 100% happiness guarantee.
New customers get 20% off their first purchase using our link below and the code Evan and Katelyn.
I think the most frequent suggestion was something along the lines of, what if you used a split keyboard that was attached to a sliding mechanism? So that's what I've been working on here and there in evenings and in the background, and I'm finally ready to put it together. And I'm so excited. All right, so here is the bottom piece right here. So the general idea is you put the split keyboard right here, but then you add some screws here.
Guys, what do you think that says? Butt ham. That definitely says butt ham.
All right, so what you can do, this is now attached on here in travel mode, but you can loosen these, and now it slides out wider. You can also slide it out even more.
Wow, so if you want to be really wide.
Now you can see that there's a lot of issues with that. One of them being these screws are now what the whole assembly is sitting on, and you can't slide them out easily. But what if you added a spacer to offset it? It still allows you to access the screws, but now it rests on that spacer.
Yeah, and the screws aren't gonna like scratch up your table.
So let's add that. Super aligned, very carefully aligned. Right now, I also made this bottom piece, the bottom piece spacer out of wood so that it won't scratch anything up. Now another thing that's interesting, someone else commented, you might not need to loosen the screws under the two-part keyboard. Put a washer on there that provides some friction, and you can just push-pull the halves. Adjust the friction by tightening or loosening the screws.
Honestly, huge. Because like loosening the screws, you have to like tilt the whole thing to get to the bottom.
Now, I happen to have some spring washers.
Have y'all seen Evan's new bin? It's in progress.
It's in progress. I don't know yet if I'm gonna stick with this or go to another system.
These are expensive bins, aren't they?
Yeah.
How much?
Adam Savage had them, so I was like, that's cool, I want those.
You were influenced.
Now, I'm using spring washers, but honestly, Belleville washers are gonna be better. I ordered some, but they're not in yet. But I have these Wave spring washers, so like, I'll just use these for now to demonstrate.
We'll use the washers we got.
Assemble it like this, I believe. And I'm gonna use the washers this time. I'm just gonna put the back plate in temporarily, just to show what it looked like. Okay, now, oh, yeah.
So you just kind of like, do you have to push down at all to like squeeze the washers?
No, it's just friction based. So these just like now slide out, and it can even go down. Now I'll be able to go all the way out here. Yes.
If you really need it to be wide.
But now you'll notice it's a little bit like less stable.
I
when
think
it's
like
this far
the
out.
middle split is good.
But watch this. You can add these little outriggers. Watch this. You can still slide it in like that.
Oh my gosh.
Then you can slide it out like that.
Okay, that's cool.
And now
it's
still
stable.
stable.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep on building. Okay, going back to why I needed this back plate right here. I need them to rise the columns up because these can't go down here anymore because this keyboard's so thick.
Yeah, it's a thick boy.
So we're gonna add this on right here, run some extra long screws up from the bottom. And also they're recessed in because of that. So I don't need to like countersink them anymore. So I'll just install those two. We need to add this top bar, but before I do, I need to add the threads.
Heat set inserts.
They're the best.
They're the best. They're my favorite thing.
I need to go get them.
We don't have them out here. Yes. Yeah.
Another thing that we're gonna do from a suggestion is to use magnets to hold the laptop closed. Specifically, this part of a long comment. Consider embedding neodymium magnets into the top bar and base where they meet. This will help ensure the enclosure stays securely closed when carrying it by the handle.
So how are we going to do it in the base when it's like the keyboard itself?
I'll show you.
Okay.
So this is gonna go here and it's gonna close down. So this right here gets a big old fat 9mm.
Oh, it's getting a big boy.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's beefy.
So that is gonna go up there. But
Now
it
does
needs
it-
to mate against something.
Yeah.
And this retention will keep it closed so it can't slide out. So that needs to go here.
So
which
do those
means-
magnets not like pull each other out of their little housings?
Oh no, I did it the wrong way. Look at this, both of these have through holes on them. So I can push either of these out. Oh. No. You were just impressed. and then I had to go and do that.
I'm still impressed.
Wait a second.
What happened? Do we need to do an emergency 3D print?
I think so. I'll go ahead and install it and see how off it is.
Okay. By the way, everyone, it's heat set brass insert time. Beautiful.
So that is gonna go right here. Look at that, it's recessed.
Nice. So what is the worry here? I couldn't quite see what you said wasn't fitting.
So I modeled this like raised bit to mate with this flat bit right here, but then I added magnets to both. So I added a magnet here, but then I added this bump here. So I think that bump is gonna come down and hit right there.
Yeah, I see.
Wait, let me just, we're in a shop with all these tools.
Yeah. Ask Katelyn.
Katelyn, my dear, which tool should I use?
Considering your desired outcome is removal of material, I would recommend a file, a sanding wheel, or Dremel. If you are feeling creative, a combination of tools could achieve the most accurate and wanted result.
Just like I planned it.
Yup.
Please restrain from touching my face next time, or be prepared to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
Nice. So the magnets won't pull each other out of their holes?
No,
Cool.
kind of have to push it down.
Doesn't really want to align super well. You have to kind of like bend it in a little bit. You have to bend this way. You know, you just have 2 different ways to keep it closed.
Yeah.
Magnet and friction.
There might need to be a little bit of fine tuning of this 3D model and the placement of everything, but the idea is good. Okay, onwards.
Next comment.
I love the stand idea, which I think is
The extra legs.
the extra legs, but it only works if you're at a desk or a flat surface. Remember in the last video where you were sitting at an airport using it, you wouldn't be able to support the 3rd leg on anything if it was in your lap. Is there a way to fix this? That's a good idea.
So here it is with that extra 3rd leg. And you'd like to be able to use the 3rd leg
Right here.
right here, right in the middle.
How do I do that? You widen the legs. You add a leg way out here.
Some more selfie sticks. As per usual. People are saying that we are single-handedly keeping the selfie stick business running.
We're industry plants by big selfie sticks.
Yeah, we're industry plants. How many of these selfie sticks do you think you've bought since starting this laptop project?
20. For all my different iterations.
Yeah.
And other experiments coming up. Okay. So then you add the wider spacer right here too. And you add the feet like so. And now, when you want to use your computer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, right on the knees,
Right
baby.
on the knees, baby. Slide these out too. Oh yeah, the ergonomicness of this. I don't have to go like this. I'm not hunching my shoulders in.
Heck yeah, baby. Everything is wide.
What next? Ooh, the leather strap. Someone said, make a few overlapping holes so the leather strap can be pushed flat when it's not needed and pulled up so your fingers fit under it. That's a good idea. Let's do it. So here is the original strap with just 2 holes. You can't push it down, but if you turn this into a slot, you should be able to loosen these and put it flat so it's more compact.
So you're gonna punch out another hole and then connect the holes to be a slider?
Yes. Those are a little bit off, aren't they?
It's probably fine. We have a disclaimer. It's okay if it's off.
Let's install the tablet holders, because that's how these get a thread. Okay, now we have those threads in there. Now I can install these studs right here.
And that's what the leather's gonna hook onto?
Yeah, now we should be able to install it so it lays flat like this. Then we add these down.
So will you have them loose enough that like if you pull on it, it'll go up, but then if you want to flatten it, you just squish it down? Or do you have to loosen them every time you want to lift it up or squish it down?
You could probably add some bevel washers. Well, probably just, I'll probably just loosen it like this.
I don't think you're gonna do that.
You don't think so?
No.
Look at that. There, look, it's down.
It's down,
Oh, you know what? Actually, if you do pull it, it does raise up.
but then can you push it down again?
Yeah. Like that. Look at that, guys.
You did it. Hey, we got comments and we're following them.
Oh,
And it is nice, I guess.
it is nice. So for the keyboard setup, I went back to the split design similar to version 1. Now this is an improvement and an upgrade, I think, to this, which kind of broke a lot because of how I arranged things. But for the computer choice, I'm also going back to the original version 1. This was a ROG Flow Z18, and I really liked it because it was a gaming laptop, and I wanted the new version, but it was sold out. So I asked our friends over at Asus if they could provide me the new one, which has 128 gigabytes of RAM, and they said yes. So here we go.
You know, we do get questions like, can you game on it though?
Yeah, so it said, this is so cool. If it could be used for gaming, I'd definitely use it. Well, let me show you what it can do. I'm getting, let's see, 130 frames per second, 70 frames per second. Ah, let me steal your vehicle.
So should I just like go inside for a little bit?
Wait. Oh, we driving now. Oh, we driving. 100 frames per second. This is pretty good for a laptop.
Yeah.
You guys can't say I can't game on this anymore.
He be gaming.
I be gaming. I got out my gun in the car. Oh, I crashed. Oh, I crashed again. Oh, I crashed again. Okay.
No one said he was good gaming.
Where I go? I crashed again. I'll be in soon. It's so funny. I pressed shift in the car to go faster. I don't think that's how it works. One comment that caught my attention, that was actually from a subreddit, said add multiple screens and it will be an $100 million idea. Wow, well that's pretty simple. All you have to do is grab your dual MagSafe adapter attached to a metal plate you added on the back, and then magnetically attach one screen. Do the same on the other side.
Wow.
Add your other screen.
You look like a hacker with all those screens.
Oh yeah, baby.
You gonna be doing some hacking later?
Oh yeah, baby. And just like that, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now you might also be thinking, Evan, with so many screens, how are you gonna change the brightness? I actually found a utility called Monitorian that lets you adjust the brightness of external displays.
That's cool.
And now look at that, 3 screens, baby!
Wow!
Wow!
Look at that! You have so many
I
screens.
can have a notepad on any of these screens. And I can be gaming here, I can have Discord over here.
Take some notes.
I can do whatever I want. $100 million, please, from you, Redditor, commenter, please. But it's totally possible to expand this as much as you want. Now, I will be addressing one more comment. Okay, hear me out. What you are creating here is less of a laptop with an ergonomic screen, and it's much more of a portable, collapsible, expanding desktop.
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
This can go in your lap still.
Let me just expand this up.
Oh yeah, I mean, we gotta keep it ergonomic.
Why would you say that? That's perfect. I can work on my ergonomic keyboard and laptop files because I'm going to be releasing them because it's going to be open source. And now it's just a really quick, easy breakdown for storage.
Should we time him?
Like you're getting ready for your flight as boarding. You're just packing up your stuff real quick because you were working on it at the airport.
44 seconds.
44 seconds!
Oh, you're impressed.
That's really good! That's under a minute. That's a speed run for packing up this ergonomic, portable laptop/desktop. And I consider this a pretty big improvement from version 1. It's more powerful, it's more full-featured, it's more reliable, all these things.
Plus, now we have these other alternative versions.
Yeah, I might not always be bringing this one. I might take some of the improvements we made to this version 3 and apply them to this version 2, because this one is still slimmer and lighter.
Maybe this one will be your
Cross-platform.
desktop and this one will be your laptop.
I don't know. Well, if you guys want us to keep on developing this idea, go ahead and do the sharing, do the liking, all of that stuff. I know that a lot of you guys want me to make a framework version. That's going to be a lot of work because I'm going to need a 3D model, a case for the board and the screen and all of the components. And that's a lot of work.
We might do it though.
Yeah, we might do
If
it.
this video gets to 1 million likes, then we'll do it and we're going to put it on a private
And
island.
we're going to be giving away something. Free kicks.
Yeah. And for every 1 million subscribers we're going to kick somebody for free.
Thanks for supporting me on my weird adventures,
Always.
baby.
I love you and I
love
want you to have good ergonomics.
Thank you.